Hi, this is Vonnie Ribeiro with Pray Ask Gifts, and today we are going to talk about a painting. It's actually the one that you can see behind me in the video. I've had a couple of people who asked questions about it, so I thought I would just explain the symbolism really quickly since it shows up in all of my videos. So this is based on the verse from Romans 8:28, all things, and we know all things work together for good for those who love God and are called according to his purpose. So let me just take a minute to explain the symbolism. When you look in the upper left-hand corner of the painting, you see a dove in a dark rectangle. The dove, of course, symbolizes the Holy Spirit, and the dark rectangle, the difficult times that we go through. Even in our difficult times, the Holy Spirit is with us, and he gives us peace, which is symbolized by the olive branch in the mouth of the dove. Next, you see a line coming in, a very dark brown line, and a very dark brown line coming in from the side and the top. This represents the absolute worst that Satan can bring against us. But you can see this is all going into a white rectangle in the center, and that's God and God's will. And now you see over to the right the cross of Christ and the blood of Christ coming into this. So the cross of Christ represents the love that Jesus has for us, and the red rectangle represents his blood, which allows God to give us mercy instead of judgment. If you look carefully at the white rectangle, you'll see two lines coming down, which represent God's tears and the sorrow that he feels for us. And we also see this when Jesus cried at Lazarus' grave. Going down a little bit further on the left-hand side, we see a series of gold dots. And this reminds us of Job when he says, "When he has tried me, I will come forth as gold." We also see the verse Romans 8:28 painted there. All things work together for good, love God. And under the word love God, we see the brown rectangle, again symbolizing evil, but this time it's been overcome. So we know that in all things, God works together for our good. Now, the thing to keep in mind, though, is that our perspective is not always God's perspective. And I get reminded every 6 weeks when I take my dog to the groomer. My dog is convinced that this grooming cannot be working for his good. But when he comes home clean and smelling good, I know that indeed it has worked for his good and my good. So that's the painting, that's the symbolism. I hope you like it, and thank you for listening.